Another part of this was the Russia Today, the RT stuff. So they said they had to shut down RT because it's Russian propaganda. Meanwhile, the White House is briefing TikTok influencers on how to cover Ukraine. These are not private companies. And I can list off probably 20 different reasons to justify that. Maybe I'll do a video just kind of narrowing down on that short video. The White House is briefing these people. They're literally briefing. The White House is briefing TikTok stars, so the top people on TikTok. They're saying, hey, this is what you need to say. So if you're TikTok, would you ban someone that the government came in to tell them what to say? What the government, the same government that could regulate you. So they talk to these random, not random, but these big TikTokers. Are you banning that TikToker? No, because you're going to have problems with or you would have to hesitate because you're going to have problems with Big Brother. That's not a free market. That's not a private company. YouTube extended its ban on RT to the entire world. Dan Cohen says the U.S. government and Silicon Valley are a global censorship machine dedicated to creating war propaganda, stamping out dissent, and erasing memory. I'm hoping history tells the story of both sides, but that usually goes to the victors. Can you believe that? All this stuff. On Thursday, 30 top TikTok stars gathered on a Zoom call to receive key information about the war unfolding in Ukraine. Yeah, key information. It's the government. It's the intelligence group's information. It's one-sided information. National Security Council staffers and the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki briefed the influencers about the United States' strategic goals in the region. So they didn't make a case for war to you. They took your money and our money to send it over to Ukraine. While we've got all kinds of crazy issues going on here. And then they go to 30 TikTokers to brief them directly, to make them feel important. All they have to do is watch the mainstream media. They didn't tell them anything that's not on the mainstream media. They did that to make them feel important. They did that to pressure them. That is a First Amendment violation. It is a objectively unconstitutional measure for the government to come to a private citizen and say, this is what we think. This isn't CNN. They said, hey, this is a relationship between you and someone who has power. So what happens if the government comes to you, say you have a YouTube channel or something like that, the government, on a call, maybe they're not at the door. That would be the next step. Can you imagine that? Think about Tim Pool or somebody who has a large channel. But yeah, these TikTokers, they come to him and they say, hey, we need to talk to you. And they don't say it like that. They're like, oh, you're so important. You're so great. And your TikTok dances are so, they're stupid ass dances. TikTok is nothing but a soft porn Chinese psyop. So they go to these TikTok stars and say, hey, we love your work. You're so influential. Let me talk to you about Ukraine. What happens if you say no? I'd be scared to death. If the government came to me and said, hey, you know what? We want to talk to you about, what's happening in Ukraine. We heard you say it was about corruption, hiding biolabs. We heard the money laundering stuff you said. We just want to talk to you about our position. I'd be like, what do you mean? I just turned on CNN. What the hell is going on? You're not giving me any secret information. That is a threat. That's illegal, or should be. If we lived in the country that we really have, our founding fathers gave us the peace. It's been violated even going back to they did all kinds of censorship back then too. But it's up to us, man. That's illegal. It's flat out illegal. It's a flat out violation of the First Amendment. To go to somebody, that is a pressure conversation. I would have to take the call. Otherwise, I'd be living scared every day, basically. What if you say no? That's not a relationship that's not a friend saying, let me tell you about Ukraine. So they say, hey, let me talk to you. They don't even have to tell you what to say. This is what we think, and we're going to watch you say it. It's understood. This is crazy stuff. An 18-year-old, Ellie Zeller, you can go to Libs of TikTok on Twitter. They had her dancing. They're getting a little lazy on TikTok now. I've been on TikTok for some years, and I don't know if it's past its prime. It's a great app. It's the algorithm with TikTok's the most powerful algorithm out there, in my opinion. But they went to an 18-year-old. The reason I said that is her dancing was it wasn't impressive. Let's just say that. But all you have to do is have a pretty face and, shake around. That's what it is. 18-year-old has 10.5 million followers. She hopes to remain in communication with the White House and continue to press officials there about key issues. She sees herself as a voice for young people and the growing contingent of news consumers getting information primarily through social media platforms. 18-year-olds aren't watching CNN. They can't reach them. They got to go to people who are in that lane. Maybe that's why Trump went to that. I don't know that Nelk podcast. Maybe that's why he went there. But I know Tim Pool has good numbers in the key demos, though. So they went to an 18-year-old, barely an adult. The government went to a barely an adult and said, hey, this is what we have. I'm here to relay the information in a more digestible manner to my followers. I would consider myself a White House correspondent for Gen Z. White pill, though. Shout out to Odyssey. I think I'm on Odyssey right now live. We are going to release creator memberships like Patreon, but take zero cut. Creators will keep 100% minus payment processor fees. Watch this space. Smart move by Odyssey. If you don't know, Odyssey is a great site. Free speech. They have their own currency on there. That's a great idea. To give people more what's really the incentive for me to prop up Odyssey? I could prop up Rumble. Everything's fragmented. Gab. I'm on Gab too. I upload a lot of videos to the Gab TV. I could prop them up. This is the reason why they would take zero cut, especially to start, is the promotion is worth the zero cut. If you're going to do a Patreon and you get more, I don't know how the currency works. I'm not really an expert on that part of it, but you can get more money, percentage of the money, then it gives you more incentive to talk about it. But free speech, I'm all for it. A lot of people are on there. Sticks and Hammers on there, Eric July, The Quartering, a lot of people are on there. It's a good site. I would say it's a better experience than Rumble for me, just like as a user looking for videos. But Rumble, props to Rumble. I know Rumble and Odyssey had beef, but whatever. RT is going to Rumble, the venture backed by Peter Thiel. So look at that. Rumble is standing up. They don't have to do this. They are passing a test. It's an early test. I still think they're going to eventually be corrupted, but they're supporting this, RT. And then YouTube removed an Oliver Stone documentary. Oliver Stone, clearly a left person. Doesn't matter. If you're not with the narrative, you will feel this hammer. The narrative, the hammer doesn't care where you are, what side. It's if you are either useful to the narrative, to the establishmentism, or you're not. If you're not useful, you will feel this hammer. They removed the Terry. I'm going to watch that. I have not seen it yet, but it's on Rumble. That's the white pill moment. Let me know what you think.